welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a little bit of a haul. This is part one, mainly because the leather items I'm waiting on have not arrived, none of them, and so I needed an easier video to do today because I am currently knee deep in your collage sheets. Your collage sheets come out on Saturday because Wednesday was too close to the billing cycle with all the time zones. So Saturday is when they will be released. Your calendar, if everything goes perfectly, will be released tonight. I am just tweaking some of the last minute details of the calendar, but because this video will go up on Wednesday, I will give you, ooh, there's something sticky on my desk, a sneak peek of what she currently looks like. So let me, I don't know why my camera's being annoying, but this is the image you will get as part of your collage sheet calendar this month. I am obsessed with her. It is my little nod to 20 years of Harry Potter without being overly directive towards it, but that's kind of the gist that I was going. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan and I wanted to do something without directly doing like Hedwig or something like that. So this is my little nod to that. There will be other elements on the calendar, but I'm not going to show any of those things to you at the moment because, you know, there's going to be a little bit of element of surprise, and so she's already been scanned, she's all edited. I'm just working on the last tidbits and then the calendar portion since I released the Sunday start and Monday start now, so it does take me a little bit longer, but yes, that is your calendar for this month. You will also get her on her own because I know that you guys will adore her on her own, and you'll also get her on 3x4. So there is that. While we're talking about collage sheets, I put a post up just literally a couple of minutes ago in the Facebook group asking about the florals. You guys know that I am like losing my mind over my florals, and so these will come into your collage sheets this month. There will be one A4 like this, so you can see there are two of the exact same image. That's because if you wanted to, you can cut it in half, and that is A5. And what I considered this for, like I said, putting them on acetate, totally amazeballs, if I do say so myself. I thought about how if you wanted your writing not to be read, you could literally layer something like this over the top if you wanted to keep it private. Also, there is this collage sheet element, which is all the florals, and that would also do a great job at covering up your writing while still looking beautiful. At the moment, this image is one large A4 page, so I'm thinking of creating it the way that I've done it here, where you've got double the elements, so it's been doubled when I've printed it. So I might do that so you can get more use out of it that way than having just one whole A4 page. But I really love how these looked. You guys seem to really love how they looked in the sneak peek on the Facebook group. So they will definitely be in your collage sheets this month for you to play with. There's also a few other leaf arrangements in there, but I haven't had a chance to print them on acetate yet because I only photographed them today. So let's get into some new things that have entered the studio. If you have noticed, actually quite a lot of you have noticed that my arms are slowly shrinking and my hands are slowly shrinking due to my surgery, obviously. So I actually went out on the weekend with Sian and grabbed myself some new jewelry because half my rings do not fit. As you can see, my Comex and my Moon are stacked as a foursome, and that's the only way to keep them on my fingers at the moment. If I had them just as they're two separate entities, they would fling off. So as a foursome, they stay for now. I bought this beautiful turquoise ring. Turquoise reminds me of my mum because it's her birthstone, as well as my granddad, so I grabbed one of those. I also grabbed this beautiful leaf ring. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it. It's like an imprint in silver of an actual leaf with all the veining and everything. I'm obsessed with this so much. The obsession for this ring is very, very hardcore. And the other one I picked up was a moonstone one with some silver swirls. So that goes on like so. So I picked up those because you guys see my hands. I want to make sure that my hands look pretty. And then the other thing I picked up was this leaf bangle. Hubby bought this for me on the weekend from a jewelry store, which I'm obsessed with. And because I can make it bigger or smaller, it will work just fine. And I love the way it jingles. So there's those. And creative clothing favorite, I wasn't going to do this, but I bought 2 things from Monster Threads that are quirky and unique, so I thought that I would show you guys. I went to the city on the weekend and hubby picked one of them and I picked the other. Hubby picked me this jumper. As you can see, it's quite big and pink. It's got some quirky characters on it. This guy's playing a piano. There's an elephant. There's an adorable sloth girl. There's so much love for this. There's a bear playing a drum. There's a fox, which my little daughter was really happy with. There's like a unicorn, and I'm not even quite sure what he is, but he's got a video camera and like one of those cool hats. Love it to death. Oh, she's got a pencil. I love Monster Threads. I get a lot of my quirky t-shirts from there. I've talked about Monster Threads before on Instagram. I'm pretty sure they're an Aussie chain store now. I've seen a few of them. They do have an online store. I'll leave a link down below. Do not know if they ship internationally though, but there are some really kick-ass t-shirts on there from amazing artists. So I grabbed this. It was on sale. Hubby brought it over to me. I fell in love with that emo sloth girl so much I had to have it. So there's that, and then I actually picked up a scarf. Now this is by the brand. The brand is called Front Row Society. Now I actually have to ring Monster Threads because they didn't give me the 30% off discount. I paid full price. And I was like looking at my receipt when I got home and I'm like, oh, they didn't give me my discount. So I have to ring them and get a credit for this. But it reminded me of my, all my scarves, my own graphic print scarves. So there's like lots of dots, stripes, scrolly squiggles like ballpoint pen. It's all very like pastel and lovely, and I think it'll just complement so many things. One day I hope to be able to do my own scarf line. I think that would be so, so cool. But it's a huge scarf, and I love the fact that it's a bit lightweight as well, so I can wear it a lot more than if my big chunky one. So a graphic scarf was totally on my list. So when I saw it and saw that it was 30% off, I wouldn't have paid full price for it. It was quite expensive, and even with 30% off, it was still quite expensive. But I wear my scarves a lot, and I am investing in clothing that doesn't have a size attached to it. I'm kind of I'm not over it, but I'm kind of getting really upset how I find really lovely pieces of clothing get really attached to it and then it no longer fits me after such a short amount of time. So I feel like I'm slowly curating a really beautiful wardrobe, but then I'm gonna have to kiss that wardrobe goodbye. I have even considered repurchasing the same item in a smaller size. It's nuts, I know, but there are some of my pink coats that I've bought. I bought a beautiful pink winter coat for New York that I'm praying will still look good when next winter, even though it's a size 16. I don't know, but I hope an oversized pink coat will look beautiful because I'm so sad to see that, because pink is such a trendy color at the moment. I'm kind of want to buy every pink jacket known to man because pink will go out of style, but it'll still be my favorite color. So there's that. You guys have seen me talk about the Danielle Donaldson stamps on Instagram. They are new, and here is a sneak peek of me playing with them. This is what I was using when working on your calendar image, was swatching out colors that I wanted to use. And this is a great way to do that, to work out what sort of color palette you want to work with, making color palettes to see if they would work, or putting some colors together and trying to make an illustration out of it. God, my stupid focus is driving me insane. I also have 2 girls, which I'm gonna go grab now. So these are the girls that I got as well. 2 longer haired girls, and then 2 girls with mini buns. When my hair was a little bit longer, I was obsessed with wearing my hair in buns. Obviously I can't do that at the moment. I could probably attempt some at the moment because I'm due for a haircut this weekend, but mini buns are an absolute love of mine. So I've got those. This one's actually on the biggest acrylic block I own, but it doesn't stamp out all that awesome. But yeah, they were great. I am really probably most obsessed obviously with these 2. Stamping Bella actually sent them to me to play with. She sent me a message on Instagram. She's like, I have these that I think you'd love to play with. Would you like to pick some designs? So initially I had just picked these 2, but she said, I'll send you 2 of the girls as well just to play with. Now normally I wouldn't pick these because I can draw my own girls, but it's nice to have them there, especially if Boo wants to stamp some and color them in. But I was most excited about these 2. And I can see me going to town with these, especially the paint swatches with mixing guides and things like that. I just think these 2 stamps, if you are thinking about them, are fantastic. Really good quality, nice and thick too. I obviously need a bigger stamp pad, stamp block, but I think these 2 were totally worth it, and I can see myself using them a lot, especially in my supplies documentation when I'm documenting out what colors that I've got or have used the most during the month. I will be doing a video on my July documentation as well. I just want to film it in a certain way, and I don't have the time to do that today because I have so much editing to do and scanning to do. It's a bit nuts. Which is why you're not getting an art video today, because I'm knee deep in scans. I'm literally running around like a chicken with my head cut off because I've got so many ideas. This happens every month. I get so many ideas pop into my head, and then I get crazy overloaded with inspiration. Then I want to give you guys the world, and then more work begets more work, and then John's like, honey, slow down, you're doing too much. And I'm like, I don't care, I want to give them everything. And that is why after collage sheet day, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder, because I really go nuts. Like, I'll be twitchy for the next 2 days. Let's talk fountain pens, shall we? I have had a rekindling with fountain pens lately. Actually, there's one in my bedroom that I have to get because it came. You guys saw my punch you in the face pink one, my Caran d'Ache one. This was the one that started the floodgate. You know how you buy one thing and then it becomes the floodgate opener? This is it. And I have been watching videos, and when I've been drawing, I've been watching currently inked videos and pen reviews. Oh my God, it's a rabbit hole that you don't want to get into unless you want to get into it. But I'm pretty sure a lot of us use fountain pens. So I have got this beautiful one here, which is the Platinum Nice Lilas, and it is see-through pink. So it's a demonstrator, but it's like a pink. It's got, I think it's gold. But because of the pink, it almost comes off as rose gold. Why, camera? Stop, just focus. I don't have time for your drama. So I got a fine nib on this one, and I've actually got some beautiful like dark magenta ink in it. It has a really long nib, which when I looked at the reviews said that it writes beautifully. I've got a converter in it, platinum converter. Like I said, I want to adopt all the pink fountain pens in the world, and I'm slowly but surely doing that. So there's I have more than that, pink ones. There's this one. And I have one more, which is on my bedside table, which arrived yesterday, to add to the pink collection. Okay, so this is the next one that is being added to the pink pen collection. This is a Pilot Pereira in the vivid pink color. I actually was going to buy this one when I was going to head to the shop to buy this one, and then I saw this one and was like, no, that's the color I want. What I found interesting is I was about to pay something like $99 or $100 in store for this pen, and when I went onto Amazon I got it with shipping for 35 Australian dollars. And I love supporting small business. I love supporting small business in general, especially bricks and mortar shops, because I know they have a hard time competing with the internet. But when you've got such a massive price difference, it is so hard to say, well, I'm going to spend an extra $60 to support a business. I can't afford to do that. And I was a little bit miffed when I saw how cheap this pen is when I was about to spend $100 on it. So I say, if you're looking into fountain pens, please do your research, because sometimes one shop can have it for one price and then one shop can have it several dollars cheaper, sometimes even $100 cheaper. I do know with my Visconti, I paid the extra $80, and that was because this pen was eye-wateringly expensive. I was scared to death of dying, and I paid the extra because I wanted to be sure that it was a pen I was going to like, and I wanted to see it in real life. So I paid the extra money to a small business in the city to be able to purchase it in a bricks and mortar store. But with a pen like the Pereira, I was willing to buy it sight unseen. I'd seen it in physical form in the bookshop, but I was like, oh, I don't mind getting this one online. But when I saw the price difference, $60, it's ridiculous. So I wasn't too impressed with the big price difference. I got a medium nib on the Pilot Pereira. I did actually forget to get a converter. I need to work out if a universal converter will fit in this. If you know, please tell me, because I have a spare one. My Platinum one actually came with a converter, and I ordered a second one thinking that it didn't, so I know that they're universal. So if that will fit in there, I'm good to go. Otherwise I need to adopt another converter. But this is my pink pen collection at the moment. So they are my new additions: the Platinum Lilas, the Pilot Pereira, and the Karan Dash in the pink pen collection. There are two other pens that I've added to my collection in the last time you saw me. And one of them is a Franklin Christoph. I finally bit the bullet. I had seen Rowena and Babette and everyone else go how awesome this pen is. I don't know if I talked to you guys about it in my last video, but I bought the Solid Ice Franklin Christoph with a fine italic Matsuyama nib on it, and that was Suzanne's recommendation. It is beautiful, stunning, and totally lightweight, and it's just a lovely pen. So if you've been umming and ahhing over this, the workmanship, the nibs, everything about it is beautiful. It is almost going to become my daily writer. I'm just trying to decide whether I can handle putting just black ink in this beautiful pen. At the moment I've got a dark magenta in it. That's the only thing stopping me from turning this into a daily writer, is I just didn't want to see black ink in it all the time like my TWSBI Mini. At the moment my TWSBI Mini is my daily writer, because I don't mind having black ink in this one for some reason, but I feel like a pen like this deserves beautiful ink. So without buying another one, which is just ridiculous, especially when the Australian dollar is not always the best against the US, stunning pen, so lightweight. Like it feels like you're not even holding a pen, which this is quite a lot heavier. And I can imagine daily writing with this would be a dream, but we'll see. I could write my pages in the magenta ink, but I I've had all my morning pages written in black, so I'm a bit twitchy about that whole idea. It did come in this beautiful leather pen case as well. It's just the details, guys. The details. I was very shocked when I opened up the package and it had its own little leather zipper pouch. I was like, ooh la la. But yes, that is that one. And on the weekend, I was in Dymocks and I saw that they had 50% off sale of Kaweco, and I really wanted to try a broad nib because I have Robert Oster's Fire and Ice, and I could not get the sheening that ink is meant to have. It's meant to be blue with a red sheen around the edge, and it was driving me nuts that I'd spent $20 on this ink and I could not get it to do what it's meant to be doing. So I thought maybe if I try a broad nib, it will be, you know, it will show up a bit more. All my medium nibs didn't work. All my fines and extra fines obviously didn't work because they really make the ink lighter. So I found this beauty in the 50% off case. And with that, the problem with the 50% off was I said to the guy, can I have a broad nib in? I was picking a see-through pink one because I was like, yeah, I'll just grab a pink one, get a broad nib put on it. And he goes, no, only the pens, like what nibs they have in them is what they come with. And I was like, ugh. And so there were two quirky Kawecos in there, this one and a black and white swirly one. And I said, what nibs do they have? And he said this one had a broad and the other one had an extra fine, or a fine. And I said, I'll take this one. And lo and behold, when I got to the cash register, even at 50% off, this pen was $80. And I almost told him to put it back. And then I was like, oh, I'm still debating whether I should sell it or keep it. It is a beautiful pen. I love my Kawecos. It is a very obscure print. I've never seen like the marble in the Kawecos, so I think it's beautiful. I can get a little bit of the sheening with the Robert Oster, so it is doing its job. But believe me, when he told me my total, and I had other things in the order for my kids, they had books. John had picked up a book. I'd picked up some really hardcore graphic washi tape from MT. And I said, can you tell me how much that pen was? And he said it was $169.95. So half price comes to $84.95. And I was like, oh my God, of course I picked the most expensive one. The see-through pink one was going to cost me $25, but it had the wrong nib on it. So it's beautiful, it's lovely. I have a broad nib on it now, but I feel a bit dumb. So I had to transfer out some of my allowance. For $25, I would have just taken out of our normal bank account. But when I told John that it was $84, he's like, are you gonna transfer money over? I'm like, yes. So just be aware next time. So that is my newest purchase, which I purchased on Sunday. But it is beautiful. It is different. I kind of love it. And it's a broad nib, the only broad nib that I own. So there's all my crazy fountain pens for you. And of course I picked up this in the bookstore. It has stripes, polka dots in form, and I can see that it's got diagonal stripes back there, but this was a MT tape and I'm actually so excited to play with this. You know my love for black and white tape is strong, so this is going to be a definite fun thing to play with, especially with the collage sheet elements that I've got in mind that I'm going to be working on after this video for your days of the week. So this is going to come in handy for the days of the week. I have 2 books. I think I've only got 2 books that you guys have not seen yet. God, my desk is dirty as. I need to get a cloth to wipe it down. So I have these 2 books. I bought this one on the weekend. You know, lettering books are my Achilles heel at the moment because I am so desperate to learn lettering. So desperate. And I keep thinking if I get enough of a library of lettering books that I'll suddenly get good without practicing. So yeah, there's that little tidbit of information. But this one is quite quirky. It has some really lovely floral alphabets in there. I really like how it looks. I'm not in love with the fact that they've got these massive practice pages. I'm not a big fan of those, but I did love it enough to purchase it. It was $24.95 from the Japanese bookstore. It's probably cheaper online, but I do tend to buy one book from the Japanese bookstore as a tradition. Also my way of helping a bricks and mortar store. So I try and pick the cheaper books because I know that the more expensive books I can definitely get cheaper online. So I always try and pick a book that's around the $20 to $25 mark. And I was happy to pay that for this. I really think this is a cute way to illustrate an alphabet. I reckon I could draw an alphabet, but I can't letter an alphabet. But I really enjoy the look of it, and has little drawings and things. So yeah, that is the Botanical Hand Lettering Workbook. I will put a link down below for you guys. Draw whimsical and decorative styles and scripts. So I think with all our obsession with florals at the moment that's swimming around our, see, wreaths and things, I love that. It looks very similar to our fox sleeves that I did. But yeah, cute book. So if you're that way inclined and enjoying line work, then this would be a great little line work book for you guys to pick up. I picked it up mainly for the lettering, but hey, if it two birds with one stone, definitely a cute little book to pick up. But yeah, and the other book that I have is If You're Bored with Watercolor, Read This Book by Veronica Ballart Leisure. I picked this up when I was in the city with Sam and Sian during the holidays. I'm not sure if I've shown you, my brain is a bit mush at the moment, but I'll flick through it anyway. This was such a quirky watercolor book. It was interesting enough for me to pick it up and purchase it. I liked that it took an obscure route with watercolor, which I'm all about. It has collage in it. It had just really quirky ways to use watercolor, and that's how I like to use watercolor, in the non-traditional sense. So I was like, yeah, this book's awesome. So there's quite a lot of different little tidbits. I bought it more for like visual inspiration and then the actual tutorials. I'm always like that with my books though. Textures, watercolors, the bugs, using your pencils. I love this picture. Love it. So this one was I feel like a good little book to add to my watercolor books. I like books that are a little bit different. They're a little bit left of center, and this certainly ticked all those boxes for me. There's little building collage cityscapes, just like stuff like that, like outside the box things. Like I am obsessed. The collage stuff is what really got me, and of course collage is like my #1 with watercolor in my heart. So I thought that, you know, it was enough quirkiness for me to purchase, and I'm pretty sure this one was also $24.95 at the Japanese bookstore, but obviously we could probably find it cheaper online, but it was my one book. So there's that. I will pop links down below if this looks interesting enough for you. I picked up some new Posca paint markers at an impromptu Officeworks trip on crop night, where I met the lovely Sinoni, and I also met, well, I met Meredith before, but she came as well, so it was lovely to see her. And we toddled off to Officeworks. I'm just pulling out all the pens I purchased because I couldn't leave Officeworks without buying pens, because it's like some sort of sacrilege if I did. I think that's all of them. Yeah. So I grabbed some new colors that I hadn't seen in the Posca paint markers before. I don't know if you guys have them, but I hadn't seen them in our Officeworks near me, and Sian's Officeworks was awesome. So what I did is I picked up a few because I love working with the paint markers on the craft paper. It makes the paint really pop. So I grabbed a few of those. So this is like a really beautiful peach color, a turquoise, which I had never seen in the Posca markers before, a magenta. This one is actually a glitter one. There's glitter in the cap. Is there glitter in this one? No, just this one. So I'll be interested. I haven't used it yet. Actually, I haven't used any of them because I've only been home for a couple of days. But what I might do is I'll pause it and pump them all so I can see what they look like and show you a sample, because I haven't actually done any samples or anything for you. And I know we all love to see what things look like. So I'll get my paper out, get my journal out, and we'll have a look at what they actually look like on paper. Okay, I have pumped them all. This is the peachy shade, which is really lovely, like soft cheek color almost. I really like it actually. I'm sure that's a new color. I feel like it's a new color. It is called Coral Pink. So there's that one. I also bought a Fluoro Pink. But I feel like this is a new kind of fluoro because I've bought their fluoro pinks in the past and they haven't been fluoro. But this is fluoro. I was pleasantly surprised when I swatched this. This is a good shade of pink. Good fluoro, good brightness. Happy I picked that one up because I'm pretty sure I bought a fluoro pink from them before and they haven't been what I consider a punch you in the face pink. The turquoise is also quite lovely. I'm sure I haven't purchased a turquoise from them before. I'm really loving that they're bringing out like different colors, not just the basic red, white, blue, all that sort of stuff. This one is called Fuchsia. This is a thinner one. Really pretty. That one is beautiful, and I know for a fact that I've never seen these. So they're obviously growing their color range. This one is the glittery pink, and it's going to be hard on camera, but take my word for it, you can definitely see the glitter in the pink close up, which I was very surprised that I could actually see it. Normally with glitter pens, they're just fake. But I really wanted it because it was a light pink and I hadn't seen it before. But the glitter is very understated and beautiful. So this one is just called Pink and it's the glitter range. So it has glitter in the cap and the label itself has holographic glitter in it. So again, never seen it before. And for the first time ever, I actually picked up a gold paint pen because I feel like there may be more choose your own adventure journaling. I need to go back and get the silver actually, and have two metallic colors in my color palette. Now the difference between these and the Liquitex is these are matte, which means you could probably go over these, they're a bit wet at the moment, over these with no problem with your pens, whereas the Liquitex, they've got a shine to them, which means drawing over the top of them is super hard. So what I'm gonna quickly go do is blast them with my heat gun and then draw over the top of them to show you what I mean. Even though I know you know what I mean, but I'm just going to show you an example. Like this is, you can't write on this, and that's why there's no writing. I did try a couple of times. Yeah, they are beautiful but as toppers, but not for something if you want to write over them. So I'll just go blast them quickly because they're still wet and then I'll show you. Okay, they're all dry, and as you can see, super matte. This is my Tiki Graphic, my One True Love, and they draw over them beautifully. So I may invest in a bit more of the Poscas and stop buying the Liquitex because I want to be able to draw over my paint markers, or if I draw an element and color it in with paint markers and I want to suddenly write over the top, I want to be able to do that. And these, because now that they're expanding their range of colors, they're a bit more appealing, whereas before the colors were okay. They weren't terrible, but they were okay. But now I feel like even the metallic one, there's no problems at all drawing over the metallic ones. The glitter one, we'll see. No, glitter one works too. So definitely loving them, especially now that they're bringing out more quirky colors instead of the, you know, generic colors that you see. So Posca paint pens, gonna have to just go nuts with those now because I love a good paint pen. They're fab. And now that I know that they've got cool colors, they've become the next thing to collect, the next thing. I also bought a Faber-Castell True Gel Color because I collect all the pink pens, as you saw, and this was a really nice pink shade. Felt nice. These were new to Officeworks for us anyway. I've never tried the brand, or I've tried the brand, but never tried this type of pen before. So I picked up the pink. That's my general trying out color. I also picked up an Artline calligraphy pen. Now this is meant to be white and it's not opaque, but I wonder if it will dry opaque. It's got a calligraphy tip on it, and I guess, no, it's not opaque like I was hoping it was going to be, but you can definitely still see that I've put white paint there. It says acid-free water-based pigment ink, fade resistant, for lettering, card writing on paper, glass, or plastic. So there you go. As you can see, it's getting a little bit brighter on the pink there, but it was just something different. Again, a new thing for Officeworks, so I picked it up to see if it was going to be nice and bright and white, like our Unipin Fine Lines. Obviously isn't, but we'll find, I'll have a purpose for it. And the other thing that I grabbed was a Staedtler Fluoro Pink Pencil. It says Tech Surfer Dry, inkjet paper, copy and fax. I'm not sure what that means, but fluoro pink pencil. It's not too fluoro though, but it's fluoro enough. It'll be a good cheek pop. Good cheek pop, I think. But yeah, I love pink pencils. I love anything pink, I'm addicted. I think that's it. That's all I've got to show you. I do have coming an A5 folio cover from Rowena. I do have coming 2 Superior Labor pouches, the new ones that they just released, so I will show you them and what fits in them. I have the small and the medium. And I have one other item coming that is leather that I haven't told anyone about yet. I haven't discussed it. I wanted it to be a reveal because it's something that I am fully obsessed about, but I want to wait till it gets here so I can use it for a bit and then show you guys. So yeah, there will be a part 2 of this haul. It was just a little creative chat. How is everyone's morning pages going? If you're doing them, are you doing well? These are currently what mine look like, so we're still going strong with mine, although I haven't done today's because I've been so busy doing collage sheets. So tonight will be an evening page because I kind of got out of bed and started scanning almost instantly. I love this page, and so does Cyan, but they were my Mission Gold watercolors. The Viridian in the Mission Gold is so beautiful and bright that I absolutely love it. And this was also all their colors, and I've talked about the Mission Gold watercolors on my channel before. They are beautiful and vivid, so sometimes I will pull them out to play with instead of my Daniel Smith, but not often. I haven't actually put the day down here. This was the Friday before I left for camp, and this was Saturday. I actually did my morning pages with Cyan in the morning with her because I stayed at her house, and she lettered me all the days because I'm terrible. These are the Tim Holtz Distress Oxides, which I want to hate. But I kind of love them. I don't know whether I need them in my collection or not. I have had a lot of people tell me that I do. I actually sold my Distress ink pads off because I wasn't using them. But apparently these layer without making mud. And so this is when I drag the page through, and this is me just popping it down on the excess beaded up color. So she did a few days. This is also the Distress Oxides. Wow, that blew out because the sun just came back out. So these were really beautiful. I love that sort of mustard color. It reminds me of Queen Gold. pretty sure these were the oxides as well. And I think that's all the colors. I should have done like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but it was getting late. But yeah, do I need them? Do you guys have them? I know that Sian's got them. I know that she loves them to death. I only get to see her limited amount of times, so I'd have to do a lot of work with them to use them before I don't know. They're a bit pricey, so I'm kind of deciding whether I really need them or whether I can just use Sian's every couple of months when I go to craft night. I'm unsure. I don't want to get overwhelmed by supplies. I say that as I look around with all my supplies around me like a crazy person. So I think that is all I've got for today. I have so much work to do with your collage sheets. I have a lot of scanning to do. I've actually finished almost all the elements. It's just the editing and scanning process, which you guys saw takes quite a long time for such a simple, well, it seems simple thing. But your collage sheets will go live on Saturday, and your calendar, if I get off now and finish it, will be up later on tonight, which will be Tuesday night for me, but you won't see this until Wednesday, so there's no point even telling you. But thank you so much for watching. If you have just joined the Inky tribe, welcome. Thank you so much for taking a chance on little old me and my creative ways. I really hope you do stay a while. There is a lot of content that you will get. The PDF file should be going out this month, so you'll get links to all the year's worth of videos. I am taking down 6 months worth of content at the end of this month, but you'll get the PDF file for all the links, so you get to keep that. But yes, 6 months worth will be taken down this month at the end of the month. It is on my top of my list, so it will be happening. And now that I've got the PDF file up to date, I just need to add all the graphics. It is definitely going to be done. But yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, thank you for your support. I couldn't be able to do what I do without you guys. You are literally letting me chase my dreams and really, really supporting that. And I will be forever in your debt. So yes, I better go back and start working on your collage sheets. I'm so in love with these flowers, guys. So in love with these florals. It's just, oh, I love them. I love them. Even I sent my sister-in-law a message saying this is the best birthday present you could have ever given me, and she's like, yeah, but that wasn't your gift. I said, nah, I don't care. This was epic. They have just been my absolute favorite. So I can't wait to see what you guys create with them. I can't wait to see you use them in your work. I just love them. Love them, love them, love them. Right, I need to stop talking. I need to go finish your calendar. All right, my loves, I will talk to you very soon. I'll see you on Wednesday for collage sheet day. I hope you love them as much as I do. There is some pretty cool stuff in it this month, and lots of spark starters for you guys. So I'll talk to you very soon. If you have any questions about anything that I've shown you today and you want to ask me some more in-depth questions about it, just ask. Just ask. I will do my best to reply. That's it. I'm going. Love you. Bye.